Hi all. Out of all the many tasks that we must come to grips with as electricians, I think it's fair to say the EICR can be one of the most complex. In 1997, I was one of the first electricians to take the City and Guilds 2391 exam at my local college. Our lecturer was a friendly chap, and he confessed he was unclear as to the course content, as he was as new to it as we were. Armed with Guidance Notes 3, we ploughed through each section in the hope we'd covered all the angles. The week before the exam, our lecturer, somewhat embarrassed, dropped the bombshell. It's not multi-choice as we'd been led to expect. It so happened that I'd experience in inspection and writing reports in a non-related field, and that was invaluable in helping me being one of the 3 out of about 20 who passed the course, and as a consequence was offered the chance to teach the next course. At that time I declined the offer, although a few years later it was one of my duties working for one of the major competent person schemes to develop and deliver courses. In my time on the technical helpline, a large percentage of questions were about EICRs, and in my view a lot of the problems were based on basic misunderstanding of what is required in producing a report. It goes without saying that good knowledge regarding the requirements of BS 7671 is needed. However, the following videos deal with the fundamental issues. This is the schedule for a proposed 4-part series on the requirements and procedures of producing reports for electrical installations, the EICR. Part 1 is for domestic premises. Part 2, rented property, will be posted later. The guidance that is focused on is in BS 7671, Guidance Notes 3, and Best Practice Guide number 4, produced by the Electricity Safety Council. It's important to keep in mind the following information in the introduction. Notes by the Health and Safety Executive, Regulations 113, Equipment, and the relationship with statutory regulations 114. The EICR is concerned with safety, and Regulation 131 lists the dangers we need to take into consideration. Regulation 651.1 addresses the situation where no previous documentation is available. Investigation shall be undertaken prior to the EICR. It should be emphasised at this point is that all documentation should be kept for the lifetime of the installation. Appendix 6. Guidance for recipients, item 3. 651.2 advises what inspections and tests are deemed necessary to establish safety. Checking that the installation is not damaged or deteriorated is, for an installation that has a valid EIC, the main function in deciding whether the installation is either satisfactory or unsatisfactory. Guidance Notes 3 gives more information regarding the purpose of the EICR. 3.1 tells us tests are mainly to confirm that disconnection times stated in Chapter 41 are complied with. Insulation tests are vital as well, and I think that comes under item H, which is confirmation that the installation isn't damaged or deteriorating. Best practice guide number 4 is produced by Electrical Safety First and other contributors from the industry. This is updated regularly and gives further guidance. Combustible consumer units are dealt with, and I've condensed the guidance as shown. As stated at the start of the video, these are mainly highlights of regulations that are fundamental requirements reporting on an installation. Okay, to finish with, 2 regulations to be aware of. The first is often overlooked when selecting a cable. Choosing a 90° C rated cable may not be suitable. The second regarding isolation, which states groups of circuits can be isolated with one isolator if service conditions allow. Domestic installations could fall into this category. Click and subscribe to get notification when Part 2, Rented Properties, is posted. Thank you.